this time, I'd like to introduce Mark Steiner, the longtime newsman and the founder of the Annapolis Summit. He'll be our moderator for today's event, and he's joined on stage by Dana Williams, the president of the MSBA.
Morning. Morning. Morning, Dana, and good morning, everybody. Good to have you with us here. I can't believe it's actually been 17 years since we started this event, and we're looking forward to today's conversation and your participation. And Dana, thank you so much for your support, and let's begin here with this.
My pleasure, on behalf of the Maryland State Bar Association.
Yes, so let's begin with, this for all of our folks listening and watching, why the Bar Association is doing this.
Well, I think it's important that the Maryland State Bar Association, for its members and for the legal community, have a presence in Annapolis. There's a lot of things that are going on here. There's going to be a lot of changes this year, and we've been involved in the legislative session since the MSBA has been created. We have a legislative liaison. We have a laws committee, so we want to be part of the process, and we want our legislators and our government to know that we are present, and that our members know that we're present also, that we're looking over things for them.
So let's talk a bit about those two things for a moment. I mean, how is the Bar Association part of the process, and what are you looking for?
Well, by virtue of the fact that we do have a legislative liaison and a laws committee, because a lot of what gets discussed in any given legislative session affects the lawyers, affects the judiciary, and affects just kind of the functioning of the legal system. We like to pay attention to bills that affect our profession and the legal system in general. The other thing that I think we are in a unique position to do as far as our association is that we have lawyers who can look at the wording of bills critically. There are times when we may support or not support any particular piece of legislation because of the way it's written. Not that we would necessarily be against a concept, but because sometimes it's written in a way that we hopefully have the vision to see how it might impact down the road, as opposed to someone who is a layperson. So that's one of the things. The other thing we have, because we have so many moving parts in our association, we have sections like family law, criminal law, health law, that can assist us and assist legislators when we take positions in regard to particular bills or proposals, that type of thing. So I think we can be of a service to our membership, but also be of service to our legislators.
Anything special you're looking for in this session?
Well, we know what the priorities are. I think it's been all over the news. The biggest priority, of course, is education, which really doesn't necessarily directly affect the MSBA as an association. One of the things that our constant themes is that we are in favor of repealing contested circuit court judicial elections and making them retention elections only. That's one of the things we always discuss. Other than that, we monitor a lot of what goes on in particular areas that could affect our profession or affect our members, and we take positions. Like I say, we bring it back to our Board of Governors, we bring it back to our sections, we bring it back to our membership. That's why we have a presence here at all times, so we can monitor what's taking place.
So the final thing before we get to the governor, I think is just arriving, so you would be involved. Let's say one of the things the governor wants to do is talk a lot about ethics legislation. So would you be involved in that wording?
In ethics?
Ethics, yeah.
We would certainly have our liaison would be looking at the bill. It would be discussed with our committee on laws. And yes, we certainly would participate if asked to, and we would monitor it anyway. We read basically every bill that might be proposed, and yes, we could very well be involved in that.
All right, well, Dana, first of all, thank you and the Bar Association for sponsoring this year. It means a lot.
Well, I thank everybody for participating, and I'm anxious to hear from the governor also.
Me too. Thank you for joining us, Dana.